Woo! We're doing great.
Oh
Great
yeah,
week.
oh yeah, another episode of the GBP Roast Show. Just checking in here, and everything looks like it's going well. So let's go ahead and get the show started here. Let's see. Oh, whoops. Start over. There we go.
Hey, GBP roast, GBP roast. Sorry, you in danger. Right now, I gotta flame you. This is GBP roast, GBP roast. On your Google business profile, it's about to go down. We roasting and reacting. We ain't come to play. 20 years in SEO. JP, Lambo, and Dre, bringing facts and guests. Oh yeah, we bring the dopeness. Welcome to the show. Hope your profile don't get roasted.
All right, let's let that smoke clear out. What's up, guys? Let's start off with our this week's wins. What are your wins this week? Let me know.
You know, I started on a new plumber site, and you know, one of the big things I love to do, I'm going to do a free video explaining, is talking about pricing and costs, because in the local world, people always want to know how much is it going to cost, right? Especially like, I need a plumber, I got drain cleaning, I have a problem. They kind of want to have an idea, and bam, that thing indexed, and it's already in the knowledge panel. It's right there with the key snippet. I don't always like that, but it obviously is proven that you give people what they're searching for, you're gonna win.
Yep.
Love that. Love that. JP.
Yeah, I got a new HVAC client. We're doing a new site build and going to be focusing on their maps and doing some ads for them, and probably a little bit of geofencing too.
Nice,
So,
nice. On my end,
about
it's
that.
more of all my racked up business debt has been cleared out. So I'm at zero with business debt with my January invoices. So love it, love it, love it. So I'm like, it's actually a good feeling, because you know, you rack up a certain amount of debt, maybe credit debt, and just put it off aside. But now I was able to bring it down to zero with all my invoices collected in January, which is awesome. So now I can buy some cool toys.
Now you got to pay it back on April 1st.
All right, guys. So, anything you guys want to promote for me? If you guys want a copy of the SEO in 2025 book, I am giving away free copies. Go email gbproast@gmail.com, gbproast@gmail.com for a free copy. As long as you are in the U.S., I will send you a copy. So send that out. JP.
I don't have anything right now, but we have a couple big announcements coming up in the near future, so make sure you guys tune in.
Got it. Keith.
You know, we still have our Trident ranking group, and the only way to get in is if you know a member, you can reach out to them, or if some people have left. We've got a couple folks that are just not as active, they're not participating, so we do have currently 2 openings, and I think we might even have a Valentine's Day special, so just text, reach out to JP or I, might be able to get you in.
How do you do it? I like that. I'm trying to make that heart. How do you do it? Oh, like that. There you go. Or there you go. Valentine's special. Love's in the air. All right, guys. So I wanted to go. We had a few submitted questions this week. So, and I believe Keith, you actually addressed one of the. Oh no, you didn't, this is something else. But we had a couple questions this week, and I want to bring them up. So whoever wants to take this one, is linking the website button on a GBP to a landing page lead capture form okay?
I personally would not. I mean, if you want to have some type of lead capture within the page, that's probably okay. But I would prefer taking them to kind of a separate booking page, because really you got to remember that the whole point of your website is to really support your Google business. You know, your Google business helps validate your website. Your website helps support your Google business. So it's really giving you an opportunity to really give, you know, your Google business profile as much information as possible. That's where Google pulls a lot of that relevancy from your website. So if you just have a lead capture form, you might have some surprises that you're probably not going to be ranking well, and you're probably not going to get those lead captures that you think you're going to get.
There's a specific button for appointments and for booking. That's what you want to use.
Got it.
Yeah.
Got it. Got it. How about if there was one of those geofence pages that you were talking about, or one of those pages where it's a landing page, not necessarily just a lead capture, but obviously there'll be a form on there, but specifically sending it to this form and not the home page. Is it okay not to send to the home page?
I mean, it kind of depends on what you're doing if you're doing ads. I mean, probably if you have some type of offer. I mean, we did something kind of similar when during the pandemic, where we got a lot of lead captures just from people needing to do just some basic service calls, and that was a good way because there was a lot of people home at that time. But as a very specific one product, we did it for a plumbing company, and it was literally one product. Just come in, $99 service call, check all your water, plumbing, everything real quick. That might be something to use it for, but for your Google business, I mean, like he said, there's actually a link that you can set your appointment link and have another URL go to that. So that's where I would use that if that's something you want to try.
Got it. All right. All right. So let's go on to the next question. It goes, what tools do you recommend for managing local SEO clients? So
I don't recommend any. I mean, this is the reality. If you just focus on the core links and the content, the powerful site, and then you get the traffic, people spend way too much time pimping out their GBP, and it's a waste. What you really want to do is get the owner involved to take the pictures, get the updates, ask for the reviews. I understand, I got, lots of people that we have access to, but we don't use a tool to do it because we only get in once, really, in the beginning. You optimize it, and then you walk away.
Yeah, I would say the only tool I would really give someone is sometimes I'll give a company a deliverable that just says, here's some of the things that we need from you, as a business owner that we can't actually do as an agency that helps us out. But, we're kind of more, me and Keith, we don't usually send reports. You're not going to get some fancy Google Business Grid report every single week. You're not going to get analytics. I mean, if you have access to a lot of that stuff, you can see it yourself. It's pretty easy to set up. I mean, we'll help you get that set up if you don't have it set up, so you can go in there and we'll take a look at it ourselves. But we're not really big. I might use some internal tools that I've made, some Python scripts and things like that. It just kind of helps my job, but I'm not really big into a lot of these, fancy tools that a lot of these agencies use.
Well, what I think maybe, how about
for managing though?
Managing clients. Like, let's say you have a ton of clients. Like, how are you? Like, how can we help this agency owner manage, the people that they are? Do you have everything?
It's best that you don't use any type of third-party integration. A lot of times, you guys use a GMB management tool where they can actually log in from one profile. I don't recommend doing that. I don't do that. What I have the clients do is they'll set us up a workspace email that says, you might say, marketing at abcplumbing.com, where it's kind of like we're embedding ourselves into the company and we're managing that way per domain. I'm not using any type of fancy proxies or VPNs or any of that stuff. I use my home proxy, my home IP address. It's fine. But every single client, I require them to give me, hey, we need, a company email. We're going to sign in as your company representative. But yeah, and it's the safest way too. Using some of these management tools, you can get yourself in a lot of trouble. Sometimes Google will come through, do a sweep, and all of a sudden every listing in your managed Google business account can get suspended. That goes the same too, because Google came out with an agency management tool. I wouldn't even use that. It takes a little bit longer, but it's safer, and that's what I care about.
Got it. Keith, any comments there?
I mean, we can even help people rank in the maps with zero access to GBP. And we've been doing that a long time. that people are focused on the wrong thing. If you're new and you're an amateur and you want to grow, hey, just really, you only need to spend an hour there initially, get the basics and the foundation, and then just teach the owner what they need to do in the future. That's it. Walk away.
So I'm curious, so you guys are just pretty much doing a one-time, one and done type of deals? Is that what you guys just are doing your offerings right now?
We do. I mean, most of the stuff that we do as far as optimization, really, the business owner really has to do themselves. A lot of it. I mean, there's definitely stuff that we do on the back end, like their website and some ads and things like that. But it's really becoming a thing where everybody needs to be involved. And the way things are going, a big aspect of that is getting reviews. I'll sit down with the team and say, hey, here's some ways that you can ask for them. Get photos. But at the end of the day, if the business owner isn't getting that stuff, I'm not going to go out and fake it. I'm not going to go out and take a bunch of random photos or get stock photos and put it up on their Google business. That's just not how I do it. I want things to be transparent and be real. And those are kind of things that, unfortunately, as an agency, there's quite a few things that the business owner actually has to do. Everything we do is legit. I mean, we might do some kind of gray hat type of stuff just to kind of give it a boost that it needs, but we're not doing anything nefarious, CTR bots or anything of that stuff. We don't use a lot of these management tools because I have personally seen, using some of these tools can be really bad. And all of a sudden, one day you wake up the next morning and you have 80 clients calling you saying, my Google business got suspended. What do I do? And that just helps mitigate some of those issues.
Yeah, this is the other big thing. You really need to think about this. If it really was all about manipulating and optimizing the GMB, it'd be easy, but it's not. And Google's not going to allow that kind of manipulation to get the rankings up. So agencies are selling it, and it's really all smoke and mirrors. It's just, you should not be paying for that kind of monthly management of your GBP.
Got it. Great stuff there. I'm sure inquiring minds want to know what those gray hack tactics are. Maybe we can talk about those sometime. So let's go away. We want to be on schedule here. So one of the things I wanted to bring up is last week we did a test.
Oh yeah.
If you guys remember,
right.
We guys did a test last week, and we asked the community to go, hey, we actually talked about a certain company. We roasted their GB profile. They weren't in the map top 3, map pack or anything like that. And lo and behold, if you search natural medicine doctor Boise, it is now within the top 3 of the Google Maps. And our episode is the #1 video on YouTube. So, I mean, it's like I said, like I knew, like with the YouTube algorithm, I know if we talk about certain things, it picks it up. And then also, like, we put it into the title. Just that's one of the main things, obviously, is that the title has a lot of weight. But when you talk about it, Google picks this up. So when you talk about certain things, you want to optimize your videos, making sure you say what you want to say in the video.
For the audience too. That's a hint for the audience. Bring your listing for us to roast because you might see some positive benefits after.
Oh, and guess what? Surprise! What my roast upcoming is going to be about. It's going to be about using video and social. So can't wait for that.
Love it. Okay. Let's get right into our reaction videos. Let's see here. Let me get the first one out here. Reaction number 1.
Let's go.
Pull this up.
Come on. I need some more joy in my life. Give me some Patel. Come on.
No, let's go.
Give me some Palmer. Give me something we need to yell at.
I would put #1 as reviews. And while if you spam, let's say 500 fake 5-star reviews, you won't get any rankings. However, if those are natural local reviews, you get second and third order impacts from the reviews. What that means is, when you ask someone to leave a review, it's like a CTR situation. Be like, hey, can you search up Indexy SEO company and leave me a 5-star review? It'll help my business so much. People will search that and Indexy SEO company because it's a partial match. It helps with rankings. Number 2, keyword stuffing reviews also helps a lot.
Keyword stuffing reviews. I'm curious about that one. I know it's like obviously we all know reviews matter, but he kind of dropped something right there in the very end on keyword stuffing. How do you feel about it?
Yeah, that definitely can influence, right? Especially if you can say, I always tell people, what did you do and where was it at, right? The plumber changed my water heater in my house in Boise, right? That's perfect, right? That's kind of what you want to hear and see because you've got the city mentioned and then you got the product. So, but most consumers don't think like that. So at the time when you go to, ask for that review, kind of give them an idea of what to say.
It used to be a much bigger factor than it is now, but it definitely does help. But the biggest thing for me is just getting a local customer leaving a review that has, preferably a photo that they can leave in there. But yeah, there is a kind of a scoring system that Google has within their algorithm where they actually, some of you may see these little orange stars that says local guide.
Oh yeah.
You don't necessarily even have to be in that program for Google to actually keep track of it and score it. So, if you're getting, reviews from local customers in your local area, that's, a lot of times those will kind of trickle up. The keywords do make a difference, especially if you're clicking the review tab. You'll see different words that pop up. So you can actually click those reviews and see kind of where things are mentioned too. So that's kind of another indicator to kind of see exactly, what's happening. Yeah, that's probably another thing that we're going to show and probably in the next couple of weeks. There's a couple examples I'd like to show with that, but it's definitely a big indicator.
Got it. Love it. All right. Reaction video number 2. Check this one out.
What do you hate the most about SEO?
You hate it, but you love it because it's so difficult. And because I specialize in local SEO, I feel like it's more difficult than traditional SEO. And now Google just rolled out something in the UK that if you get caught with fake reviews, there's an alert that shows on your business profile that you got caught with suspicious reviews. And they're going to roll that out to the rest of the world, I'm sure. But right now, it's just in the UK. I think the biggest mistake that people make is they don't understand how the algorithm works because it's based off of proximity. And you're not going to show up in 5 cities just because you listed 5 cities in a comma-separated list on the page. In local, we don't really care about the authority score. And in traditional SEO, you want those high authority links. In local, you actually want low authority links. By far, the most influential thing to the local algorithm is the primary category that you choose in your Google business profile.
Son of a bitch. Huh? Is that what that guy's doing? He's selling low authority links?
Hey Keith, how do you feel about low authority links? I mean high authority.
Man, hey Dre, can you send me some low authority links, please? I need some.
I can spin up GSA real quick. GSA, and you got all the low authority links you want.
I mean, the only thing I will agree with him, it is in a lot of ways, especially maps, is more difficult than organic. Traditionally, a lot of these old tactics of just completely spam and creating verifications and spamming and sending things to the CID, and a lot of those things just don't work. It's really comes down to real signals. Yeah, you can manipulate the real signals, but you're not going to be there for the long run. So yeah, it's and that last part he said about low.
It certainly has gotten harder,
garbage.
Right? Mm-hmm. I mean, there's no doubt about it. But Jordan and I know there are guys who were an affiliate and were in other e-commerce. Oh, and guess what they're doing? They're coming to local. Yeah. You know why? Because it's actually easier when you know the right tactics.
Yeah. Yeah, I think, I mean, anything can be easy if you know what to do, right? If you have the right mentor, you're following the right principles, the right tests that you laid out for yourself. It can be easy for you, but harder for someone else. So I think that's really subjective.
That low quality comment was kind of cringe.
the what comment?
The low quality link was kind of cringe.
Oh. Yeah, actually, I actually didn't catch that when I actually got that video. I was like, wait, he said low quality links?
He said, you actually want low quality. I'm like, no, you don't. But
I think what he's, maybe correct me if I'm wrong, but he might have said low authority links. Yeah. Well, not DA, LA.
Okay.
LA links are what you need.
Okay, maybe low authority, you don't, because you may not need high authority, but low authority. But
most people commonly would think, well, if it's a low authority, then it is a lower quality link, right?
Yeah, maybe that's what we thought. that was our reaction when we heard about it.
But what do you really want? You want it to be relevant and in that local area. And that's why, like a chamber link, I mean, that's AAA.
That's gold,
that's
right?
solid gold right there.
What other Chamber of Commerce, BBB type quality links are out there that for locals that you guys
sometimes
actually go
like
to?
local city, I wouldn't even necessarily call it a link, but even being listed on some like local city government sites, a lot of times too, depending on where you do your business name publishing, sometimes they'll publish that. Also, too, in California, they actually require you when you file a doing business as actually even a business license, you have to actually have it published with a local newspaper. And sometimes those local newspapers will actually publish it directly on their sites in a directory. There's a big directory really popular that people go. It's kind of a marketplace in Utah called KSL Marketplace. You can even list your local business there, and that's just a local news site. So that's definitely a good place to be in. We talked about press releases before, but that's if you can get actual local news sites and like in your actual local area, like that's definitely a big thing too.
Love it. Love it. All right. Let's check out the last reaction video
What
of
is
today.
the number one mistake that businesses make with SEO today?
Probably not having the right intent geared towards the page that they're ranking for. Like when we speak with prospects, sometimes they're vying for a keyword, but then we look at their page compared to the pages that aren't ranking, and they just don't have the right structure, page type. They're not answering questions clearly early on in the content. So really probably misalignment with intent, I would say, is a very common SEO mistake, and you're really not going to have a chance to compete if you're not doing that correctly.
Thoughts?
We just talked about that with Keith's pricing. Yeah, it's maybe not something that we necessarily want to share, but you get that little snippet by just getting that intent because someone was going to be looking for pricing in that area. So
Yep.
there is some validity to that, but for local businesses, you're not really going after a lot of the intent as much as like a national brand would. Most people are just looking for locksmith near me, locksmith in a city, something like that. You may come into situations where you say, hey, I'm locked out of my house. What do I do? There may be, you have to really think about the customer's buying journey. When someone's locked out of their house or saying I'm locked out, maybe they may not even know the term locksmith. They just say, hey, I'm locked out of my house. Who do I call to get that done? And then, that intent is going to show, locksmith is okay, great. Now I need to find a locksmith in my area. So, but something like that, you just have to be really careful on what type of traffic you're pulling. You don't want to be pulling in national traffic into a local business if you don't even service that area.
I would, and Steve kind of gave a fairly vanilla, generic answer. I mean, then he claimed like that is the biggest problem that he sees. That's not even in the top 10 of problems that Jordan and I see, right? Like, I mean, okay, you can have one service page and maybe mention 5 different services. Okay, usually where people go wrong, they're really not talking about that city. They don't have the headlines optimized properly in the title and in the H1. That's more likely. Now, Steve wasn't specific, but what is it? What is our geo hub? It's nothing more than every service that you offer connected into that city that you serve. So I'm not so sure. From a rapid fire question, he was as prepared or as knowledgeable in local SEO. At least that what we see.
Got it. Love it. That concludes our reaction videos for today. So let's get on to our next segment.
Yeah, we're going to play some GMBs right now. How we do it?
All right. So we are talking about tech stack, GBP retail store optimization. Is that right?
We are. Let me go ahead and pull this up.
Come on, Lambo, press the right button. You got this. You got this, baby. You can do it.
All right. Let me know you guys can see it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Shoe
Well,
designer.
the title of this topic today is called "Is It in Stock?" So, Google Business Profiles this is great for if you own a retail store. You can actually showcase if you actually have different items available. I happen just to use a quick search here. Hey Dude shoes, one of my favorite shoe brands. Super casual shoes, very comfortable. So a big shout out to Hey Dude. If you'll notice a lot of things in here, if you look at Hey Dude shoes in my local area, you'll see this little they kind of look like a snippet. Like if you're looking in search, it may look like an actual snippet that you see here. So it says in stock shoes, Hey Dude, updated today. In stock shoes, updated today. Their website mentions Hey Dude. So the little snippets that you see there is these little in stock. I don't know if can you guys see this on my screen?
Yeah.
All right. So looking at this, what's the first place that you think that Google is, showing this? I'll even ask this out to the audience if people are watching this live. What's the first thing? Where do you think Google's pulling this information from?
The in stock. Usually you would see on a product page, it would, well, on a product page, it would say not in stock, right? But so if it is in stock, there won't be anything there.
Yeah,
So
I would say
a lot of times too. Yeah, go ahead, Keith.
Well, I was going to say it's like very similar, similar answer to what Dre said, is that it's probably on the shoe product page as specific to that particular brand. Hey, dude.
Yeah. A lot of times too, there's been quite a few other groups that you've even said, hey, Google's pulling this from your schema on your page. So that, a lot of times when you're writing schema, especially in e-commerce, you can write different schemas to show different items that are in stock, and it'll actually be displayed directly in the SERPs. Well, unfortunately, newsflash, this is actually not getting pulled directly from schema. It is things that's getting pulled directly on the page. And there's another feature that Google Business offers where you can actually have things like this displayed directly into your business profile. So if we look at the site here, so this is kind of interesting too. They use a little bit different kind of format than what Keith and I showed.
You wanted to switch tabs or?
Yeah, did it switch tabs?
We still have.
We're still on the maps.
All right, hold on. Right, can you guys see the DSW?
No!
Infinity scroll. Or infinity zoom.
There we go. Crossroads Shopping Center.
Crossroads Shopping Center, Pleasant Hill.
So this is something that they use. It's kind of interesting. They use a subdomain actually for their locations. Not something that we teach. We prefer to have it on the actual route. This is the location, and then we go to one of the Hey Dude product stores. Can you guys see the screen? Just want to make sure everything's working.
Hey Dude, yep.
Okay. So it's got all their products here. Everything in here, the different type of Hey Dude shoes that they offer. And then if we actually click on one, it's going to let us know, obviously, the shoe sizes. It'll let us know if it's actually in stock or not. So Google's pulling a lot of that information directly from the website. So this is why when I say that Google Business helps validate your website, and your website is what actually supports your Google Business, going back to that original question, you want to make sure that you have all your information, as much as possible, having as much that you can actually display on your website. Having these pages, interlinked together. You'll notice on the schema, when we validate that, if we're actually going directly onto this page, in our schema validator, the only schema that they have is breadcrumb list. So there's zero schema related to any type of products directly on this page.
Oh, okay.
So if we actually clicked on one of the shoes, there's zero schema on here.
So how does it know it's in stock?
So one way is directly through the website. Another way is through Google has a way for you to actually add products automatically. If you can actually upload like a CSV that has all your product SKUs and everything like that, it will actually get uploaded directly into the product section in your Google Business profile. If you click on here, this won't be for everybody. But it's primarily if you do sell products on a website. You can also add them manually. If you have a lot of SKUs, you're probably not going to want to go that route. And it's really interesting too. I haven't done this in a little bit, but right now it looks like it's in US, Canada, UK, Ireland, and Australia. There's a little process here to check if you're eligible, but basically the way it works is it actually integrates into different POS systems. Also, there's a way to actually add it via like a CSV, like I said before, that has some different SKU numbers. So definitely, if you're a local retail store, you definitely want to take advantage of this because Google Business is a great way to display all of your products. You never know when someone's going to be needing to get some Hey Dude shoes in your local area if you do sell those. So that's all I have for today's Tech Talk.
Wow, nice. Great find. That's a freaking nugget right there. I don't think a lot of people have noticed that is around. Well, I haven't, but that's a cool feature that we can all take advantage of, guys. So be sure to check that out. Now let's get on to our next segment. Lambo's World.
La 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 Lambo's World. La 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 la, Lambo's world. Lambo likes conversions and SEO too. That's Lambo's world.
Man, I'm gonna be like having that jingle in my head all day.
All right, let me share the screen and rock.
You got like a yellow bar on top of your head.
roll.
Is that like?
Chrome tab, window. Yeah, better do the window. Window, window, window. It's a problem when I have a thousand things up. Always
See 11 of you guys out there. Be sure to say hi in the live chat and let us know where you're watching from. Let us know if you have any questions too. All right, we got the infinite zoom. There we go.
Share your screen. Oh, there we go. Fine, gosh. Oh, look who it is! It's Lambo!
There we go. Up hero, Lambo's World CRO expert.
What I wanted to go over is directional cues and arrows, and people don't think about this a lot when you're like, man, does it really make a difference? And you're like, yeah, it does, right? So for example, let's do a little fun test here. Oh shoot, look at the bottom right corner. See, I know what you did there. You looked over here, stupid, when you're supposed to look there. People aren't reading the words, even though you told them what to do. What happened? The magic arrows went to the wrong place. Arrows are everywhere, all over the web. And we have stop signs and emojis and all kinds of different icons and items and graphics that can really tell you, be aware, you want to stop, you want to move, you want to go backwards, you want to press play. People don't always read the words. So by using graphics like arrows, you can help direct that user down the page and into your funnel. So how important are some of these cues? These cues humans have even influenced dogs, right? When they've come to us, what would we do? We would point and the dog would look. Wolves actually don't. They're less likely to follow the human direction. And that even applies to chimpanzees. That is how, cues work in the social world. When we point to something, what do people do? We look that direction. Same thing if the eyes of a human is looking somewhere. Have you ever done that to your dog? Look at something, and does your dog look in the same direction? It's crazy. These are the same social cues you can use on your website. Now, I got a challenge for you boys, okay?
All right.
I want you to look this person in the face, okay? Here we go. Oh, Stan, you lost. See, sometimes there's just cues in the world, right? The gravitational forces that we can't fight, right? But there's other times, like this isn't always the best example, but what they're trying to do here is to break the monotony of the doom scrolling, right? You're coming down the page, you do see the next button, there's little, minor cues. Let me grab my handy dandy Elmo marker right here. And then, people are definitely going to read this, but then they might be a little bit confused because you're like, wait, stop what you're doing. You get instant access to our secret formulas. So they're really trying to emphasize, hey, there's some value here. There's a benefit. But, this can also be a little bit confusing as well. Here is a good one. Whoa! This is a before and after. And this is like crystal clear. It's crystal clear to me, where's the benefit? Clearly, the human face, we already know that's going to be key. But they also have an arrow here to say, hey, look at me. I'm happy. You can get a demo. I'm not sure if it's from if that's a happy person, or you can call and talk to Cheryl. But there's another big key here. What are you waiting for? Grab a demo today. And then the arrow just points right to the form. Bing. Use those arrows. You can also come on, baby. Stop it. You can also use arrows more subtly. Here's Vertex Pest Control. Okay, you're coming down the page. I see an arrow, right? This whole graphic points you down. But there's a little bit of an issue. What they really should have done is they should move the arrow like this. Come on, devs, graphic designers. What do you want people to do? I want you to get the free estimate, and you know humans are going to read, and then they're going to look at the face, and then bam, if that arrow was here, there you are. That's winning right there. Here's another subtle, a good one. Lots of graphics, colors going on with 888 heating and air conditioning. Book your appointment right down here at the bottom. Arrow just says, hey, that's what you want. Book online, right? It's showing you exactly where to go. Okay, if you want to stop the video and screenshot anything, this is it. This is really a great masterful setup by Mr. Lambo himself, I should say. As my dad would say, don't break your arm patting yourself on the back, right? But what do we got here that's really working? We got the happy owner, right? We have the trusting awards that really help elevate the authority. And then we flat out tell people what to do. Check availability, get dumpster pricing now. Well, that's what I want. I want availability, I want pricing, and then a simple arrow. This is also key too. To help with any kind of resistance, we tell them, hey, right, like you might be anxious. Is a salesman going to call you? No. Do I need a credit card? No. It's already addressed, and then it takes 3 minutes. Oh, okay, well, great. I got 3 minutes. I'm going to move forward.
There we go.
Boom. Boom. Here's another one. This is actually the brand new plumbing website. This is, if you know, when you scroll to the top, exactly what you would expect, right? We got our brand, easy access. Hey, get a free estimate from Emmett's favorite plumber. And what does the arrow do? It just subtly says, go right here. It's going to remind you of a benefit and a phone number. It's really as simple as that. And the key simplicity is this is nothing more than an emoji. Yes, you can snag that from HTML or Unicode or just write, go search the web for that and drop it into your website. And it's that easy. You don't have to have a special graphic or colors or arrows. That is just nothing more than the curved arrow. Yeah, boom, that's it. Don't look, stop looking. You wolves, you dogs, that's it. That's Lambo's world.
Love it. Okay, it's time. It's time. All right, guys. I mean, big shout out to Dave out on LinkedIn. We don't get our LinkedIn comments in this platform, so what's up, Dave Galinguez from Pennsylvania in the house. Welcome, brother. So let's go ahead and get roasting. We have one site, one GBP to roast today. Can someone bring that one up?
Yeah, I can do that.
GoBigfootPest.com.
Boom, boom. Oh, baby.
So are we going to see this one get a boost in rankings? And that was pretty cool from last week's case study. So
awesome. Out goofing off, I stumbled onto Bigfoot Pest. And I'm like, well, that's, and this is interesting. And first thing, you're like, holy crap, we got Bigfoot as a picture, right? Directly representing what they do. 403 reviews in Meridian. That's the main suburb of the city. You're like, wow, there's a lot of good things going on here. The other cool thing too is I actually called and talked to the owner. I was so excited with this. That GBP is only 12 months old. You go look for Pest Control, Boise. There's guys that have been in business for years. Look at this guy. 7 years in business, 177 reviews. Barrier Pest Control, 15 years, 700 reviews. The old Bigfoot, they are on to something. So I went and I clicked on this puppy. Now pay attention to, this is what's important here. The website pulls up and, oh wait, whoa, just stop it. Come on, Lambo. Take a look at this, Jordan. You are going to cream in your jeans. What do we see here? We have the main keyword and the city in the H1, right? Oh, look, you can quickly do business with them. And whoa, do you think they do pest control in Meridian? Oh my gosh, yes they do. There's nothing wrong with this. Yes, you can look at this and say, well, that's a little shame, a little keyword stuffing. Guess what? They're getting the job done. And Jordan, what is this that I discovered out there in the mountains of Idaho?
It looks like a geo hub.
It looks like a geo fucking hub. Oh my gosh.
One thing they could do better.
Oh, what?
Those
and there's a form there too. That's
those headers don't click to the individual services.
Yeah, I mean, but oh my gosh, someone's actually watching. We have 14 fans, and number 14, Dan, Mr. Bigfoot, made a geo hub. So
nice.
Wow, yeah, on top of stuff and doing the right things. I mean,
and I'm pretty
they got
sure
a pricing page.
cities too. There's a list of cities towards the bottom, right? I think that's what I saw earlier.
Yeah.
Was that the link from their? Was that a link from their GBP profile?
Yes, and that is the key.
This is what I was talking about.
This is the GBP because what do we teach all you business owners? If this is your GBP and that's the link, you need it to link to the local city that you service. And that's exactly what they did.
And so that previous question, they mentioned, hey, can I send it to some type of form, like a lead capture? I mean, on that page, there is a lead capture in there. There's a couple of things I would do differently. I want to have, phone number. I don't know if you can click on the mobile view. I would like to have a number to call right away directly from the footer. So if you do inspect, do it like mobile view. I don't know if he has a sticky phone number on the bottom, but that's one thing that I would add in there. The book now, I don't know if that's probably goes to a booking page, I'm guessing. Phone number is a little bit difficult to see, and that's probably something that I would add in there. Someone does reach this organically rather than coming from maps. They definitely want to have something in there that has the phone number.
But take a look at this. But wait, there's more. 40 million views. What the hell? Are you kidding me? What is this?
I mean, I would hire him just for, he's a cool dude.
These guys, Mr. Bigfoot himself, the legend, they are going down to downtown Boise Friday and Saturday nights, and they're interviewing drunk people, and they're getting them to eat pests, crickets, grasshoppers. Look at this. That Bigfoot suit is a $5,000 product. I mean, this is legit.
Oh, I love it.
I'm not talking 10,000 views, 100,000 views, millions. They are TikTok rock stars. Oh, but wait, there's more. They then take Mr. Dan the Bigfoot, and what's he doing? He's out promoting door-to-door sales at little job trade shows for these college kids. Hey, come work for a cool pest company. You make $50,000 over the summer and you get to work for Bigfoot.
Wow.
I called Dan, not the Dan. Bigfoot, obviously, he's it's a mystery. It's a legend. You can't really talk to Bigfoot, right? But I talked to the other Dan, and Dan said, Recruitment, for employees is not a problem. They're just insanely dominating with the socials of getting all these people at concerts and Boise events. It goes on and on and on. I mean, it's crazy. And now, oh, you want to work for Mr. Bigfoot? Great. Door knock. And one of the top ways that they're actually making the sale happen, hey, do you have a pest issue? We take care of mice, take care of wasps, hornets. They're out door knocking. So now, can we really equate the millions of views with the true success of the ranking? For being a year old, and they have another one in Boise, they're expanding. They are on top of stuff. One of the things I love about this is you really think about pest control. Everyone does the same damn thing, right? How do you be different? They just went with the Bigfoot. They totally are capturing the social media TikTok audience, and they are on top of it. And it's just that. So if you're a small business owner, just think of that thing that you can do, whether it be unique, clever, special. I had a guy, a roofer, he is just in love with a particular dog breed. We put that right into all of his marketing. And now the dog is part of the mascot. And now when people search, they think, oh, I'm looking for the roofer with that dog, right? The dog is the star. Dan, the legend Bigfoot, is the star. This is just, woo! Congratulations, Bigfoot. Someone is going to write these guys a big check in the future.
Nice, nice. You know what I noticed on the SERP? Like his consistency of his brand is like on point. It's like if you go to like if you went to the first page, it said.
Oh, if you want, I'll let you guys
Bigfoot. Yeah, it said Bigfoot Pest Control, Bigfoot Pest Control. Like it aligned. You can just see it on all his listings. It looked all like perfect.
Sometimes it's not all about, well, I got to optimize my GMB and I got to do these things and we have to, have access to it. It's like, no, just be different and be better, because really, if you can just have that uniqueness about you, that can set you apart. And yeah, he's getting hundreds of people who are not interested in pest control. Doesn't matter. He's getting the other 1-2% who are, and it's like, man, solved. He doesn't have any problems with recruiting, right? His branding, it's just going to get better. Probably take over Treasure Valley.
Love it, man.
That's in under a year.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Amazing.
Did you just came across this randomly, or is this one of the guys you pitched?
Mr. Lambo's doing, I have a pest guy, and so I've been doing some research, and I stumbled onto it. Dan was actually not Dan the Bigfoot, but Dan the other guy. There's actually two Dans in the business. Jordan knows him too and met him. He was actually at a mastermind mansion back in Nashville. And so I've known Dan, and he picks my brains. And that's one of the great benefits too of this whole marketing world is we give away so much free advice, is that there are people that just do it, right? Just go be different, be unique. And think of the anonymity you can do with that. It's a guy, who's really polite, acting like Bigfoot and getting girls to eat, crickets. It's working, right? It's like, oh, this is great.
It's interesting. Google loves that kind of uniqueness, that it's something that really stands out, that just, you're not going to find anything else that's like that. And every once in a while, Google's like, all right, we're going to give you guys a try. You guys have some great branding out there through video.
Brings up a good point today too. In the SEO Signals Lab, the Facebook group, someone asked, should I put city in my domain? And I was immediately like, no, do not. Do not put city in your domain URL. Meaning, I'm going to go start a business, right? Look, Bigfoot didn't, right? How did they dominate? They dominated based on brand. So
Got it.
They are Bigfoot pest control. That's what Google wants. Who are you and what do you do? The city is important, but you do it exactly like these guys did. And what we talk about, you just make a dedicated geo hub for that city, and that solves the problem.
Love it. Love it. Also, I'm curious about, say not city, but how about an area? Like, hey, here in, not necessarily San Francisco, we can say Bay Area, like Bay Area pest control.
It's harder because
it's great if that's all you want to be. I mean, I always like to plan for expansion. You don't plan, you starting a local plumbing company in San Francisco, you don't plan on, opening up another location in Dallas, but it does happen. It happens a lot. So I prefer, build a brand like you were going to be nationwide at some point.
Got it.
Yeah, unless the city is actually, legally in your name, like you want to be, have it that way, that's fine. But just be aware, you eventually want to move or grow, right? Remember, most GMBs are only going to cover about 10 miles. But your technicians might travel easily 30 to 60 minutes out. You want to have more GMBs to reach that greater market.
Got it.
It's your CPK, good old California Pizza Kitchen. Then yeah, something like that would work.
That's a good example. All right, guys, we are at time. That was a great show. We're fully packed with a lot of nuggets, guys. Be sure to, I'll put the timestamps up for everyone so you guys can check that out. But till next week, we'll see you guys next week. Peace out.
Hey, GBP roast, GBP roast. Sorry, you in danger. Right now, I gotta flame you. This is GBP roast, GBP roast. On your Google business profile, it's about to go down. We roasting and reacting. We ain't come to play. 20 years in SEO. JP, Lambo, and Dre, bringing facts and guests. Oh yeah, we bring the dopeness. Welcome to the show. Hope your profile don't get roasted.
All right, stopping. It's done. All right, good stuff. Man,